Hello, my name is Dave Schuller. I'm a former classmate from Rutgers of Jim Valvano, and now for the last 17 years I've had the privilege and honor to be a part of the Scientific Advisory Board for the V Foundation. And now it's my time to pass the V over to Dr. Denis Guttridge, a former V scholar. Denis?
Thank you, David. Hello, my name is Dr. Denis Guttridge, and I'm a professor in the Human Cancer Genetics program at the Ohio State University Comprehensive Cancer Center, James Cancer Hospital, and Solove Research Institute. I received a V Scholar grant from the V Foundation in 2002, shortly after I arrived at Ohio State and started my lab. Being chosen as a recipient of the V Foundation Award was very special to me, since having performed my fellowship studies at the University of North Carolina, I was very familiar with the impact Coach Valvano made during his fight against cancer. In his words, "Don't give up, don't ever give up," has been my own battle cry for how I aspire to perform biomedical research. Professionally, the funding from the V Foundation allowed me to expand on ideas I had during my training fellowship at UNC. There, I had started exploring the mechanisms of how skeletal muscle undergoes wasting in patients with cancer, a syndrome referred to as cachexia. This syndrome causes extreme weight loss, which makes it difficult for patients to tolerate their normal treatment and leaves them with a poor quality of life. The goal of my lab is to understand why cancer causes cachexia and what ways we have of treating it. So how did I use this award? Well, for me, the funding for the V Foundation was helpful in supporting personnel in my lab, and it provided resources that were used to push our projects forward. And because of the V Foundation, we were successful in obtaining results that translated into receiving further funding from the National Institutes of Health, and ultimately, this allowed my lab to elucidate several new mechanisms for how cancer induces muscle wasting in cachexia. I know firsthand how important this type of funding is. The V Foundation provided my laboratory the initial financial support to advance ideas that were not mature enough to propose to the NIH for additional funds. With this security also comes the freedom to be more creative and take risks with the projects whose results make these new discoveries. The V Foundation supported research that led to uncovering a new concept in cancer cachexia research. Our results showed that muscle wasting is not regulated by a general depletion of muscle proteins, but in fact the process is much more precise than that. We discovered that as the tumor develops and causes muscle wasting, in order to generate energy to maintain its growth, factors secreted from tumor cells we believe are selective as to which muscle proteins are targeted. And this is important for knowing which proteins affected mean there's a path towards intervening therapeutically to try to retain that protein and thus spare the patient from cachexia. By using V Foundation funding at Ohio State's Comprehensive Cancer Center, we are helping to create a cancer-free world.